Welcome to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So, last night, we were all fast asleep, minding our own business. We thought that this was going to happen. We all thought that this was going to happen. But that no more. And now it's this. It's this, baby. So, Rodrick, instant reactions on Carlos Correa signing with the New York Mets.
First reaction, okay. I wake up at like 4 o'clock because I had some things I had to do early in the morning. I check my phone. I check one of my tens of thousands of Mets fan pages I follow. What do I see? I see John Heyman, Correa to the Mets. My first reaction, if I'm being real, something was wrong. I thought he was lying. Just given his history, I thought arson judge. I thought, something bad was going to happen. So initially I thought it was fake. But then, after a while I started seeing everybody, report it. And Correa's a Met, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, for sure. So this was we don't know what really happened here. Well, we kind of do now, but it was like pretty much a done deal, as of like last week. But then apparently news did come out yesterday that the press conference was canceled. It was, or not canceled. It was being, postponed, rescheduled. And so people were kind of like, okay, you never see that happen with anybody. That never happens. So something fishy was definitely going on. And now apparently Carlos Correa and the Giants, they didn't initially just give like a reason for the delay, but apparently they were waiting on these results for some tests that has to do with his physical. Now we don't know what really happens. We know Correa does have a big injury history, so we don't know what it is. But Rodrick, what do you think the issue here was possibly?
I think Correa saw Kodai Senga, he saw Justin Verlander, he saw David Robertson, he saw Adam Ottavino, he saw Brooks Raley. He saw this and he said, why would I go to the Giants and play with literally nobody when I can play with the Mets? And he said, let me just fake an injury right quick, even though I know deep down that's not what happened. But in my head, in my heart, he opted out on purpose. So I thank Correa for that. W Mans, love the guy, and we're gonna retire his number in 10 years, respectfully.
Okay, before I respond to that, Alex, can you give me some thoughts on Carlos Correa signing with the Mets?
I was kind of surprised, as we all were, because at first I initially thought, I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna sign with the Giants. And I saw the conference got delayed. I was like, it's kind of weird. And then I don't expect to wake up and see Carlos Correa signing with the Mets. So I am definitely shocked about this. But if I'm in Rodrick's view, or if I'm a Mets fan, this is definitely a good pickup, because I feel like this will definitely boost their infield and overall their team because of all the signings that they've already had.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I wanted Correa too, as a Yankee fan. And I know some Yankee fans didn't want him because of the cheating stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of hearing about that because it's stupid. Honestly, just get over it at this point. You should want a guy like Correa. And he has that swagger about him. He's going to definitely bring something to this Mets team. And that's something that the Yankees need too. And, yeah, exactly. Well, Roger, we need a guy like that, and he can actually hit in the postseason. Something that the Yankees didn't have. The Mets, they weren't really great, in terms of hitting, in the postseason last year. I said they weren't great. I didn't say they were awful, Roger. I didn't say they were awful. But he's gonna bring a much needed swagger to the Mets. It's gonna be really nice to see. And it's just like what the Yankees envisioned Josh Donaldson to be for whatever reason. But Josh Donaldson is a fake tough guy. That's the difference. Carlos Correa has a ring, even though, yeah, sure, 2017, whatever. But still, he still hits in the postseason. You can't take that away from him. And that's going to be very needed for this Mets team. And also, he's going to be playing third base. So I don't want to hear Yankee fans who are saying, oh, we have our shortstops, when you could have moved the guy over to third. So there should be absolutely no excuse from the Yankees. No excuse. There should be no excuse here from Yankees and the Yankee fans. And Hal Steinbrenner, look, sure, you sign Rodon. Okay, you get points for that. You don't get extra points for, re-signing guys when the team is basically – oh, okay, hold on. Rodrick, you want to go? You want to say something?
I would like to say before you do continue, I kind of feel like maybe Correa wouldn't have played third in the Bronx because I feel like the Puerto Rican, Lindor connection kind of made it a little easier for him to switch his position because he is a natural shortstop. That's what he's drafted as, and that's what he's been playing as his whole career. But I feel like even if you look at Baez, like last year, like Lindor was going to have them play second or third because, he was cool with them or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees have any Puerto Rican players, but I don't know if Correa would have wanted to play third as a Yankee, just because of Lindor. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, true. But winning cures all, and, you never know. But, just going back on to, the original point here about what I was about to say with, the Yankees, they signed Rodon, yeah, but the Yankees they're the same team, but I'd even argue that they're worse than last year, to be honest. They lost Benintendi too. We discussed that in our weekend review. Please go and watch that and hit the like button there. But listen, seriously, the Yankees, they're the exact same team. It's the exact same team. And, and a lot of people are saying, oh, the offseason, it's, it isn't over yet. Sure, you can say that, but what big impact bat is still out there now? Conforto hasn't played in a year. We don't know how he's going to look. So I'm not going to go into the Yankees too much now. I may do a video on them later, possibly, because I'm very annoyed. But Alex, so do you have any more news from the signing?
I will say that the original deal for Correa with the Giants was 13-year, $350 million deal, and the Mets offered him. Let's see, what did the Mets offer him? And the Mets did offer him 12-year, $315 million deal. So it was definitely the Mets were probably willing to pay for him. And even with the announcement of his physical, there might have been something else going on that we probably don't know about. Not shady or anything, but and yeah, definitely like that. But there's nothing much else really because it really just recently came out. So, yep.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, this is very good for the Mets, and I would put them, as World Series favorites. Maybe I would definitely put them in that top three. Before I had them probably 4 or 5 around that range, just being a little realistic here before Correa. But now I'd have to put them. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm putting them at number 1, and I'm putting all the pressure on the Mets. They better win this year, though. With making moves like this payroll, the Mets, there's no excuse now. There's no excuse. No excuse. I don't want to hear anything about injuries anymore. I don't want to hear injuries. When you got players like this, I don't want to hear about it. Especially, and Correa does have an injury history too. Let's just point that out. But, a 12-year deal, it's still pretty crazy. But Steve Cohen, he can afford it. That doesn't matter. Who cares? But, still, let's just look at this here. So the Mets' current payroll is estimated to be around $384 million. And their total payroll projects to be $495 million. Rodrick, how are we feeling about that payroll?
I don't even know what money is, if I'm being honest. I don't even know. What is that? That's just you just throw it around however you want. You got Daddy Cohen up top. He doesn't care. I mean, I remember hearing about Juan Soto and him potentially wanting $500 million, and I was like, whoa! For one player, that's insane. But for a team, that's just unheard of. And I'm really, I do get annoyed when I just even think about this topic I'm about to bring up. When I think about how the Mets are literally, let's just round up. The Mets have a $500 million payroll. $500 million. That's a lot of money, obviously. But when you have teams like the Pirates, and you have teams like the Athletics, who just don't spend basically any money in comparison to other teams, it's really frustrating as just a baseball fan, and even as a sports fan. Like, could you imagine the NFL if every year free agency was just going to the same, 7 or 8 teams, and you had teams like what are some just random teams like the Texans who just didn't spend any money on the team, just tiptoed to the whole thing, just kind of lazily just have a contract, say they just did their due diligence, and that would just it kind of it's disrespectful to the sport in my opinion, and I feel like there needs to be some sort of punishment for having basically no payroll and putting no effort towards the season. I understand if you're tanking or if you're trying to get at some bad contact, but if you're just sucking on purpose to suck, and your main goal as a franchise is just to make money. Like, honestly, you shouldn't really be owning a team. Like, go back to whatever business you're doing before, because at this point, you're affecting a fan base, and you're not just affecting, just your pockets, which is the only important thing as an owner. The fans most definitely come first. So, that was a little bit of a tangent right there, but I'm done.
Okay. So going back on to that point, I would say I do agree, but we can't have it both ways. So if we do that, then there's probably likely going to have to be a salary cap / salary floor too, just because of if you want to get them to spend and stuff, you can't punish them and then it's going to be like, oh, we all have to. It's not going to work like that. They're not going to just penalize you that way. So it's gonna probably. It definitely is an issue when you look at teams like the Pirates, the Royals, these teams that just they do not care. They just don't. They don't care. And their attendances let's not even talk about the age. My gosh, what a disaster. But it's really bad to see, especially with these teams. They're trading their homegrown guys or either just letting them walk in free. And you're even seeing it with the Red Sox now, which is uncharacteristic. They're known to spend there in Boston, for crying out loud. There's no excuse there, but now all of a sudden, Bogarts is gone. They basically traded Mookie Betts for chips, a bag of chips now. They got Alex Verdugo out of it. They cut Jeter down. So the trade was pointless. And this also goes back to my original point. Prospects aren't guaranteed to be like that, end all be all. I've been saying it. Prospects are not guaranteed to work out, and you see the Mets doing it. They had Brett Beatty. They said, you know what? Who cares? We're going to go ahead and upgrade. We're going to upgrade because they're making win now moves. That's what it's about. They are trying to win now. They're trying to win now. Now, Brett Beatty, I don't know where he's going to go. He can. Rodrick did bring up that he can play left field. If that's needed, sure. But if you can trade him, maybe at the trade deadline and get a better piece if you have a hole, Rodrick, is that something you would consider?
No, definitely not. Because if you look at that Mets outfield, that is the weaker link of the team. The infield is obviously stacked now with Correa. But if you look at that outfield, it's Nimmo who's going to be here for a while. So center field is locked up. Let's just talk about the corner outfield spots for a second here. Marte, he has 3 years left on his deal, and Canna has 1 year left on his deal. We have a guy like Beatty, who's already come to the big leagues and had some time. If you could put him in left field and, see what he's about, that's great, because overall your team is not going to really suffer from him either being great. If he's great, cool. If he's not, give him some more time. He's still pretty young. So I think he's not the guy who needs to go. What I've been hearing from Mets fans, and I'll just go off from the now and the future with prospects. Escobar, Eduardo, he's basically gone. He's as good as gone. You signed Correa, Escobar. He could play different positions, but let's be real, he's gone. A guy like Ronnie Mauricio, shortstop prospect, who's killing it in the Dominican Winter Ball League right now, he's probably gone. Mark Vientos, third baseman / first baseman, he's probably gone. Or not, he's probably gone. He basically is gone. And those are the guys that be willing to move for, say, bullpen help or a catcher at the deadline. those are guys that the Mets are likely to be more likely to move. So I think Beatty's safe, and I don't want Beatty to go. I feel like Beatty is going to be a great player, but if he does go, it would have to be for something as more like you have to get more than he is actually worth for it to make sense in my mind. That's how much I value him. So hopefully they don't do anything dumb. They keep him and let him play left, but we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the Mets should hold on to him. He's still young, and it's also good to have him as a fallback too, because like I said, with Correa's injury history, you never know with that guy. He has a very, very deep injury history. So it's going to be very, it's good to have depth. That's what I'm saying here. You don't want to end up like the Yankees, who are calling up guys like Ronald Guzman and stuff like that, and Derek Dietrich to 1 year. You don't
the single worst first baseman I've ever watched in Yankees history.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to see that. And I'm just gonna go on the Yankees here real quick. This, as a Yankee fan, this annoys us. This annoys us because, listen, sure, we Steve, yeah, he's the richest owner in baseball. We know. That's fine. That's not the issue. But when you see the Yankees getting a stopgap shortstop, and then you got the Mets doing this, it is frustrating to see, especially when last year you could have done something like this too. Instead of, again, trading for Josh Donaldson's god-awful contract, which makes no sense, especially now, given what the Mets just did, and IKF. This is exactly what I was talking about too. And, you got guys like Seager that was out there last year that you could have moved over to third base. Even if you just wanted Trevor Story, move him. I don't know. But it is infuriating as a Yankee fan, personally, to see the Mets do this, because I'm not against them spending. More power to you. That's cool. But as just looking at Hal and stuff, it's kind of like you're making all this money. You're going to make this money back. Then, for Steve Cohen, Met fans, they're going to get Correa jerseys. They're going to get Verlander. Well, I don't know about that. He's not going to be there very long. But still, they're going to get Correa jerseys. You're going to see Correa jerseys. You're going to see Met fans actually showing up to these games. The team is stacked. Those seats are going to be filled. Now, it's the same thing with the Yankees. They're the Yankees. That's not going to change. So therefore, you should be spending money. You should. You have no excuse. You're not the Oakland A's or the Pittsburgh Pirates or whatever else, the bottom feeder teams. You're not one of those. You have consistent attendance, even though the stadium is god awful. You're charging $35 for a chicken bucket, and the chicken is god awful too. The parking is expensive. You're doing all of this. Okay, so can it be put into the team? Can it, and also I do think Citi Field is better than Yankee Stadium. I don't think it's even close. The food's better too. It's just, as a Yankee fan, you're paying all this money and stuff, and where's it going to? Now, I know we did sign Rodon, but like I said before, you don't get a lot of, that's it. We haven't made any improvements. The team is the exact same as of right now, and there's no significant upgrades through free agency that you're going to, get like the Mets did with Carlos Correa. There's none. Now, if you can explore a trade, but I don't know if the Yankees are going to do that because, like I said, they're prospects. Oswald Prospect, Anthony Volpe. Okay, fine. But these guys, they better be good. Seriously, you better play them. And I really do not want to see Aaron Hicks in the outfield. I really don't. I know Rodrick would want to see Aaron Hicks in our outfield, but Alex and I, we don't want to see that guy in our outfield. We don't want Josh Donaldson at third base. I know Rodrick would want Josh Donaldson as our third baseman, but we don't want that. We do not want that as Yankee fans. We don't want that, especially when you see our crosstown rival. Not really, but it's not really a rival. We're not in the same division, so it's whatever. We only play it's more of a rivalry to you guys because it is. Let's be real here, Rodrick. It is more of a rivalry to Met fans. Yeah. More Met fans hate the Yankees. Can we agree on? Yes. Alex, okay, hold on. What, Rodrick?
You're not even our biggest rival. I mean, you're top three, but you're not.
That's what I just said. That's what I just
No,
said.
but I'm trying to say, you hate the Red Sox. One, that's never gonna change. Who's second on that list?
What, for us?
Houston. Yeah, for you.
Yeah,
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. You just got that rivalry. So before that, let's say 10 years ago, who's your second most hated team besides the Red Sox?
Let's see. Like 10 years ago? See, this is
before the whole cheating stuff.
Probably someone within the division. Like I would have, or no, I mean, Yankee fans didn't like, probably Toronto when they were still like kind of, probably.
But even that, it's just like, is there really something there?
More Yankee fans don't hate the Mets. Like it's more you guys think.
Wait. Are you sure? I've seen some clips. I've seen some clips of some Yankees fans.
Oh, do you want to talk about Met fans?
No. I'm not. I'm saying it's equal. I'm trying to say my point is that on the list of people that we hate, it's the Braves one because honestly, the Braves can do many things that I can't say on this podcast. The Phillies can do many things I can't say on this podcast. And even the Nationals, because they just destroyed us for so long. The Nationals are probably the third team. The Yankees aren't even a top three team that we hate, if I'm being honest. So to call it more of a rivalry for us is just probably but like it's not by that much. We hate you. Like I hate you, respectfully. Actually disrespectfully. But like,
I know.
It's not that deep. Like, I hate other teams more. You feel me? It's just
that's what I'm saying.
I don't like you, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying. We don't hate Met. Well, the general fan doesn't like It's
like
not
the casual Yankees and Mets fan. Do they really care about the rivalry?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. There's not much
for people. For people like me and you,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we agree. That's what I was saying. It's not
that much of a rivalry, but I believe your original point was that it's more of a rivalry for Mets fans, and I don't know if I really agree with
it. It is. More Met fans hate the Yankees than Yankee fans hate the Met fans.
I would say it's equal. No,
it's not.
Look at you right now. No, Russell, look at you. Russell, look at your reaction to Correa versus my reaction to Rodon. I mean, come on, Russell.
No. All right.
Yes.
We can go back years and years and years when the Yankees were signing everyone and how Met fans were reacting.
Because we weren't getting anybody. Everybody kept calling us. Everybody kept calling us little brother. Everybody kept saying you're always going to be the second place team. That doesn't piss you off. That's like you go up to Kobe and be like, Jordan, no. I'm using Kobe again. That's like you go up to Kobe Bryant. Hey Kobe, Michael Jordan will always be better than you. That's not gonna piss him off. Come on, Russell. Like you can't just use the past as a means to justify your argument. That's not how this works.
No.
Yes.
No, hold on.
Oh, okay. The remote has been thrown. This got serious.
Hold on 1 minute. Okay.
I'm holding.
You don't want me to use but this is like I'm just going over like the whole thing here, like between Yankee and Met fan. I said there's not a big rivalry, and it's not. It's not. No. Wait, listen. For years, even when the Yankees were like Met fans, they always talk about the Yankees. Always, Yankee fans.
You guys are literally talked by everyone. Literally like you said earlier, you are the most successful and well-known MLB franchise on the planet. Nobody talks more about you. So us talking about you is no different than the Athletics or the Angels or anybody else talks about you the same amount as we do. Okay, that's a mute point.
No. Also, I'd even argue. You wanted to bring up Cleveland. We hate Cleveland more than you, given the amount of times the Yankees and Cleveland have faced.
Okay, but haven't you like beat them up like every time you played?
No.
In my life.
In your
I
life,
don't think you. Well,
no, not even because there has been years where Cleveland has beat the Yankees in the postseason. That's why I'm like, there's this.
Okay, but like, okay, so the Twins, you play the Twins a lot. Remember that 21 straight wins you got against them? Like, do you hate the Twins now because you play them a lot in the postseason? Like, what are we saying here?
No, Cleveland has actually beat us in the postseason.
So you hate them because they beat you like a couple times versus you beating them like 10 times?
We haven't beat them 10 times in the postseason.
Well, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but
and
you're beating them considerably. One
more. But I'm just bringing up teams because we're in a whole different league. Yeah,
but we play you every year.
We don't play you as much though as these other teams. Like we're not going to face you in the postseason unless it's the World Series, which we did in 2000, and we know what happened then. So again,
I wasn't alive for that. I don't claim that.
Your take on this because we're arguing and stuff. You're just sitting there. So can I just get your take on this, please? I don't even know.
No bias.
So on what?
Just on the whole thing. I don't.
What do Mets fans mention Yankees more than Yankees fans mention Mets? Probably from my experience, I would say unbiased that Mets fans definitely do mention us more. Because I feel like it kind of ties into what Rodrick says, though. They feel like everybody's making them feel like the little brother and stuff, and then that kind of makes them feel a certain type of way, and that's probably why they've been trying to I guess make themselves feel better about it. But this is completely unbiased, but I mean Rodrick said it himself. I mean they've been called the little brother of us, which is kind of franchise wise that is true. But
Shut up.
They are. Am I wrong though?
27-2.
In my heart, you're wrong.
1986. Okay?
All right, buddy. Look, I have a perfect example for you. I know, perfect, beautiful, 100% accurate example. Look at the Lakers and the Clippers. The Lakers arguably are one of the most well-known franchises in the NBA. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do people not call the Clippers their little brother? Is there not a rivalry there? There is. So it's literally you could just switch out the Clippers and Mets and the Yankees and Lakers. It's the same thing, Russell.
Well, no, but the Lakers and the Clippers play in the same league. In this case, though,
okay,
they face each other more. They play in the West, and it's consistent. The Yankees play in a whole entire different league, which is my entire argument before. That's why we don't think about you guys as much. When the Subway Series comes, yeah, for sure, the Yankee fans are going to be hating on Mets, blah, 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 blah. But, generally, in the past, when the Mets, before, Steve Cohen and all this, it was not that big of a rivalry. That's what I was saying. So, the whole comparison, the Lakers and Clippers, they play each other more. They see each other more. They're in the same building, So that's just – hold on, Alex. How do you feel about the comparison? Just because you haven't said a lot, so.
I mean, I'm kind of on you with this one only because, like you said, they do play a lot more often in the same. I guess they do play in the same arena. They play in the same league, and I feel like it's kind of like the Giants and the Jets really don't have that big of a rivalry. I feel like even though they do play in the same stadium, they're playing different leagues. It's not really that big. So I feel like it doesn't really resemble that, but it's another example of nobody really cares about the other team that much unless they play each other. And that's kind of, what do I say? Because, yeah, it's kind of like us, basically. In a way.
And then also, I would even say I hate Tampa Bay more than the Mets.
That's ludicrous.
No. When given
that's your opinion, but that's an awful take. Russell. I'm so sorry.
Did you watch the 2020 season?
Russell, you can't find me 50 Yankees fans that hate the Rays more than hate the Mets. You couldn't do that. Sure I'm so proud. That's a low number, and I'm exaggerating, but majority of them. Come on, what are we talking about here?
Are you sure about that? A team that we actually faced that has literally beat us in the postseason has
one time.
One time. No, they embarrassed us, and they literally in 2021 too. that year when the Yankees were like very mid. Like I don't
Mike Brasso owned your franchise. Is that what we're talking about right now?
That's what I'm talking about. And the whole thing with Chapman and bench. No, and also no. I have something. The Yankees and Rays, they've had multiple bench clear. So that too. That also goes into this. That also goes.
I mean, when you have Josh Donaldson, you get like plus 10 bench balls. So like,
Piazza or whatever, and you feel a certain type of way. But no,
I don't care about that. He was being a little girl about it.
Yeah, he was. We can all
act like he meant to hit you with the bat. Like, shut up.
So but like just going back on that, Yankee fans do hate the Rays more, and given that we've have
that's
yes we do.
That's awful.
We don't fight with you guys. We don't care.
What is this podcast, Russell?
Planet of NY Sports.
We fight. I meant like we fight over the Mets and Yankees a pretty good bit, don't we?
Yeah, because like it's that's different. We're talking about rivalry right now, and I'm telling you that more Yankee fans probably as of right now do not like the Rays. Like there's some Yankee fans too that are even happy for Met fans, and I'm being serious.
They aren't. That's atrocious. That's awful.
No, there are Yankees fans.
There are.
That are equally happy. There are. I've seen it.
Trust us. Gosh.
Especially when you guys signed Verlander.
Why do you like us? You have no reason to like us.
We're not saying we do, but there are some.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like why do you like what is there to like?
Because
some people aren't as like
so happy it's competitive like how
some people just like did their brains not work properly? Did they get in the head? Some Antonio Brown type stuff? What's going on?
Like Rodrick, you sent me like Hal is elated that the Mets are great again. So like
that's just
that's what I'm talking about. There are some like Yankee fans and Hal, our owner, for crying out loud.
Okay,
it's great. So
all right, I'll give you this. It's not supposed to be taken as a joke. In my mind, it's not supposed to be this New York best pals high five each other in the hallway.
I agree.
It's not supposed to be like that. And when you look at, even if you go to like the tampering with the whole Aaron Judge thing, like it's not supposed to be like this is a competitive sports league. What are we doing trying to respect the other team? I don't give a damn about the other team. I'm sorry if I can't say.
No, that's okay.
Okay, like. Come on, this is a sports franchise. There's no team that you should be giving a little bit of a break off of. No, if you want the guy, you go get the guy. You're not going to be like, oh, he's not on this because that's the Yankees. I don't want to like.
And also, I know the team isn't good right now. They haven't been good for years, but.
I swear to everything I love. I swear to, if you say the Oilers, I'm going to slap you. If you say the Oilers, I'm going to slap you.
Rodrick, you have to know your history. You have to know your history.
I don't give a.
No, you have
to care about history.
I'm talking about in total.
I'm talking about right now. Come on.
Right now, okay, maybe Yankee fans are like no, but it's literally split. It's split right now.
Okay, historically, if you want to do historically, we probably hate. Who else do we hate? You hate the A's, probably hate the Royals. Who else we historically hate? The Giants. If you want to do this historically thing, I can name like a bunch of teams, but like it's not the same.
I can name a bunch of teams too. The Yankee, like I said, the Yankees.
So okay, how about this? What even is a rivalry in the MLB anymore? Because with the owners and what we're talking about and how much stuff doesn't really even matter. What is a rivalry? What makes a rivalry? What makes two teams dislike each other? Because in baseball, honestly, I feel like there's nothing. Oh, we got the Dodgers and the Giants. Whoop-de-doo. Yankees, Red Sox is the only one I feel like, okay.
Died down a little.
And that's dying down. Cubs, Cardinals, Yankees, Mets, Yankees, Braves. Who cares anymore, respectfully?
Like, thanks for reminding me, the Braves. I don't hate the Braves, but if you were a Yankee fan in like those years, then it's been too long. We're talking about the rivalries here, and I'm just bringing up teams that the Yankees
exactly. So back to my point. What makes a rivalry? Like, so we obviously had the Lindor Stanton stuff a while back. That was hilarious. But I mean, nobody really. It's all just in good. It's also in good fun now. Like when I play a game of baseball, I hate to talk about me right now, but when I play a game of baseball and I'm playing a school that I just generally dislike for whatever reason that may be, I play a different type of baseball. I don't play the same when I'm playing the school I don't care about. When I'm playing the game, if I ever was lucky enough or fortunate enough to play for the Mets, when I play the Yankees, I would give 110%. And I feel like if you guys got to the Yankees and play the Mets, you probably feel the same way. But the players now, I feel like they kind of just don't care about it. Like, do you really think that Yankees players are going to the game against the Red Sox thinking, "Oh, we have to win this game that much more"? Like, I don't know if they're really thinking that anymore. That kind of upsets me.
Yeah, I agree.
If you look at
It definitely should be more competitive, but like that goes back to your original point of like the issue with a lot of these teams not even being competitive anymore and stuff. It's like,
yeah,
so with Hal and Steve apparently, basically
over here shaking hands behind closed doors. What is that?
Like, yeah, we won't go for Judge, even though if I wanted to, I could just, but still.
Just give him $1 billion and call it a day. Like,
yeah. So I mean,
if you look at other sports, and this is probably one of the reasons why baseball isn't thriving as much. If you look at other sports, football, you hate everyone in your division. You hate if you're a Giants fan, you hate everybody. I know my dad, Commanders fan. He hates the Eagles. He hates the Cowboys. He hates the Giants equally. But if you look at baseball, if you're a Rangers fan, do you really care about the Mariners, Angels? Do you really like you
now,
don't?
I'm sure they did before. Now,
Well, before, but now, who cares?
Yeah, no one really watches anymore, so it's not the national pastime anymore, and that's
Yeah, honestly, baseball might be falling out of the 4 major sports. I know nobody would probably ever like officially say it, but like at one point, does soccer just in my opinion, I know people's sports are different. It's hockey, football, basketball, and baseball. But at what point does soccer or just lacrosse or something dumb take over? Like baseball is really a dying sport. This is really off topic from the topic that we're supposed to be talking about. But
okay. So Alex, do you have any closing thoughts on this supposed Yankees, caring equally about the Mets, as the Mets care about the Yankees?
No, I don't really know at this point. At this point, I feel like it really depends on what type of, I guess, what your opinion really is on the teams. Because, there are some Mets fans that would mention the Yankees more because they feel like they have to, like, live up to this, or get rid of this little brother situation. Or, there may be some Yankees fans that, like, really don't care that much. So I think it really depends on the type of fan you are. But I think, just from my experience, I feel like Mets fans do talk a lot more about Yankees. But that's just from my experience. That's me personally, so.
Yeah, like, it's just, I mean, like, when you hear, because I listen to this stuff, when you listen to, like, WFAN, which is also filled with a bunch of Met fans and all, like, these New York media, like the talk show, it's usually Met fans. It's usually Met fans. So when people are calling up and stuff, and if you're a Met fan and, like, let's say it's during the season and, like, the Yankees are doing whatever, or this was like a few years ago before the Mets were, like, doing what they're doing now. Like, let's just say before Steve Cohen, like, a lot of the Met fans always talked about the Yankees. They did. Like, not in, like, a sense of, oh, like, we hate, but, like, it's like, oh, why can't we do the things that that they're doing? And you're doing it now more than we ever did, which I don't have a problem with, which, all owners should do it, really, but that's not going to happen. We know that unless Rob Manfred changes things, the worst commissioner.
Good old Bobby Manfred.
Yeah, the worst commissioner in sports.
That guy's brain dead. That guy, his brain just is shut off permanently.
If I had to rank the commissioners, I would put him last.
I put him at 17, honestly.
I'd put him last. I'd put Goodell then, and then the NHL
I forgot. No. Gary Bettman might be 18th. Oh my gosh, that guy's awful.
I don't know if he's worse than Manfred.
Let's just say every draft he gets booed.
Well, I mean, that usually happens to all commissioners, though. That's just like a thing.
I mean, not in the NBA.
No, like a few times, like he not as much.
All right, that's fair.
But Adam Silver used to always get booed, and he'd be like Goodell. We all obviously know Goodell. He loves it. He's like, yeah, boo me. He's bro thinks he's Hulk Hogan. But anyways, just going back onto the whole entire theme of things, baseball, like Rodrick said, there are no rivalries really at this point. Like even when you look at the Yankees and the Red Sox, like when one team isn't like competitive, like it just dies down. But what I was saying is most Yankee fans, me and like kids at school, of course, we're going to care more about the Mets because, one, we're going to talk to Met fans every day. We're going to hear about your team, But as like from an adult standpoint, they don't really care. Well, I'd say 60% of Yankee fans probably don't care about what the Mets do. 40% do. And I have been on forums all day. I've been on all this stuff, and they're like, there's a pretty good group of people saying, who cares that the Mets got Carlos Correa? We have IKF and Volpe and Peraza. So yeah, we're gonna be good. Who cares about the Mets? We don't even play them that much. So like I said, like some Yankee fans do. Like me, I personally care because like I said, like I'm talking to you all the time. I talk to other Met fans and stuff. So of course I'm gonna feel a type of way. But when you're not like, around certain, like, a bunch of Met fans, the Yankee fan is probably not going to care because most Yankee fans are generally in like a bubble like that. It's just Yankees and nothing else, literally. So there are Yankee fans like that. They don't even follow baseball. They'll follow the Yankees. They don't like follow baseball like that. They'll maybe hate the Red Sox, but like that's it. Like they don't care. But as an actual baseball fan, and like me, being around Met fans, of course, I'm sure Alex feels this way too now. We're more inclined to kind of like, hate on you guys a little more. I don't hate. Well,
I make it easy for you.
Yeah. You do. Like, and I took it easy on the Mets when they got eliminated this year.
No. You were harsh.
No,
you were harsh beforehand. You were harsh beforehand.
You think I would? No, Alex was. I wasn't.
Yeah, I was.
I think the only thing you told me was just dead arm Scherzer for like a week straight.
No, I told you that before the postseason even started. No, I told you that before the season even started. I just said just watch out for his arm. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. But Alex did kind of go off. But the Mets now, there's no excuses now. There's no excuses. I
have an excuse. The right field fence got moved in, and if any home run from the opposing team goes over that fence, it's automatically an excuse as to why we do not win the World Series this year. My second excuse: the scoreboard in center field is too big, and it's going to distract the players while they're at bat. So if they any strikeout this year is credit to that scoreboard, which is the reason why we don't win the World Series. The third one, the baseballs are not juiced enough. That's on Rob Manfred. That's my third excuse as to why we won't win the World Series this year. My fourth excuse, Correa Senga, he doesn't really, he's not familiar with the mound, so any ball he throws /hit/run is automatically credited to the mound being awful. Therefore, that's a reason why the Mets won the World Series. I'm done now.
I think the delusional came out of Rodrick.
That's not delusion. That was all brain right there, buddy. I thought about that. I thought about it again, and I was like, this is okay to say. So I said it. Delusional, baby. Let's go.
Okay. Whatever. I think the Mets, I would put their odds. I would make them 100%. Oh, I would put the Mets at second. I'm just gonna put the Astros first, just because like they won. So like just for Roger.
The Astros are the Astros. They make the world. They have made the World Series for like the past what?
So, the past few years now. So like I can't really like and they're the reigning champs. So I'm not gonna really like go ahead.
You can't rule them out after they've done so much already.
Now, that's why. But I think the Mets are second. I think the Mets definitely have a better chance than the Yankees as of right now, even though they are in like a harder league. But like I just don't know. I don't have confidence in the Yankees really beating the Astros, especially with the current team right now. I don't know where Rodrick went, but especially like with the current team right now, that's virtually the same. I don't know if we're gonna really do that. So we'll see. And like Rodrick said, before, there are I said this. He didn't say this, but Hal Steinbrenner literally says that it's great that the Mets are winning again and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying, Met fans, they hate us more. And then we beat them in the World Series too. So obviously there's that too. And some Met fans that are going to have, a little grudge over that. And then the whole, Oh
my goodness gracious.
Roger Clemens, with Mike Piazza, that goes into the rivalry, and then the Stanton and Lindor. I don't even count that because nothing really happened.
Lindor with a swing on the jar.
Next time we should show Stanton highlights.
What did you do that year? Didn't you blow first place that year? Oh yeah, but you did that the year after too. All right. Anyways, so if you can all just do me a favor.
Wait, no, we want to talk about blowing stuff. Altuve has just had the Astros to wait. Wait. Hold on.
No, I think it's too late. I think it's too late.
You might have to edit that out.
No, it's okay. We'll
leave that in. We'll leave that in.
All right. Anyways, you want to talk about blowing leads specifically? Altuve has just had the Astros to the World Series.
No. We're talking about the Yankees and the Mets. We're talking about
Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. I said the intro really fast.
Okay. I think I'm done. I got it all out. I think.
Pause.
Oh my god.
Hey, you set yourself up for that one. You set yourself up.
All right. That's
Are you sure you got everything up, Rodrick? You're good?
I think my tank is empty.
Left?
Your tank is empty.
Are you sure? You positive? Because I don't want to do it, and then you're like, wait, one more thing. Mets and
oh yeah, actually, I do have one more thing.
Okay.
On Christmas Eve, make sure you wear white. That's it. That's I'm done. I got it all out.
Why?
You'll see.
No, tell us. Why do you want us to wear white?
Russell, you'll see.
Why, Rodrick?
No, I'm gonna gatekeep. Let's finish this video. You will see.
Let's
just say
Vikings wearing white. Are they wearing white this weekend? Are they?
Yeah, the field is gonna be white. They're going full white out.
It's gonna be weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be weird. Anyways, you should watch the Giants-Vikings pregame when it goes up. You most definitely should do that.
Debate was something. Oh boy. Well, I'm not going to be the one really debating. There's nothing to debate about.
I'm going to be fighting for my life, basically.
It's just like I will have some Giant fans on. I'm not going to be doing arguing because, personally, I don't think the Giants are going to win that game. I don't. And I don't think the Giants are a better team than the Vikings. I think that's pretty obvious. But Rodrick is going to kill the Giants and probably say 56-0, or the Giants are going to blow a 33-point lead or something.
Vikings by 70, just by 70.
Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping this clip. Like I said, if the Giants somehow upset the Vikings, he will not hear the end of it. So
I'm going into witness protection. I think if we lose
there. And if the game does get close, if it gets close in the fourth quarter, we will be live streaming. We will be live streaming on here. I will put it on YouTube. We will be live streaming just to get the reactions because you never know. You never know. The Giants, we'll have one good week, and then the next week we'll get blown out, by the 20, 22 points. So you never know with the Giants. But if the game does get close, look out for that live stream, please. Now, if you can all just do me a favor, Rodrick, you're good, right? Before I close it out here, you're good?
All I have to say is like the video. Subscribe.
Okay. I thought you were about to be like, anything else? I know there's one more thing you want to say about the Mets.
What?
I thought you were going to say Mets. I was going to give you a pathway to say Mets in 4.
Wait.
You don't have to say that.
You said it for me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, not Mets in 4. But no. Real quick though, Rodrick, what is your World Series predict? Like a reasonable.
I gotta collect my thoughts.
Who do you think the Mets face in the World Series?
Athletics.
Okay, it's time to end the video. If you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. It'll be it's going to be a lot of arguing, so be on the lookout for that. Rodrick is going to go, you thought he was a bit delusional in this one. Oh, he's going completely ballistic. He's predicting 70 to nothing apparently. So we'll see how that goes.